My name is Bill Ryan, and welcome to my world. For many years now, we have been puzzling over visitors from other worlds. And to me, it's very simple. You simply have to go back into history and pull out the available information that was recorded on walls, in art, in written text. It's quite amazing when you take a serious look at the hard evidence that's available. And to me, it's not a question, it's not a puzzle. It's very clear that these events have been taking place on this planet from visitors from other worlds. And so for me personally, I wrote the book Aliens, What the Hell is Going On? To me, it's very simple. We are being contacted, and we are being, the information is being suppressed by this corrupt government, which is owned by the super rich. And they take it upon themselves to suppress this information so that they can access the technology and sell it to us and make money. That's bottom line, that's what it's all about. So we have to look in modern times now, as the internet has opened up the world for a deeper understanding of what's really going on. So each one of us can access information and get a full understanding of what's happening. And we are being visited now with crop circles. And so in detail, I wrote about each one of the aspects leading up to crop circles, which I detail in chapter 11. And one of the crop circles really caught my attention, and that was the one that appeared in August of 2016 in the UK. And when I looked at that crop circle, I said, that's a language, that's a communication. It's clear as a bell to me. They're trying to talk to us from another world. Now, you have to put yourself in their place. You're trying to contact people on another planet, and you have no idea what language they speak. They, in our instance, there's over 100 different countries. Then there has to be 100 different languages and 100 different dialects and so on and so forth. So it's very difficult to use a word that you would understand so that other people in another world, another country can get it. So what I have done is I looked at this clear communication, and I said, that's a language. They're trying to transmit to us a communication, and they're doing it in the only perhaps international universal language that they can communicate with, and I called it abstract communication, or abstract communication interpretation. So we have to look at this language and say, what is it that they're trying to tell us? And each one of their images, I was able to break down what that image meant as far as a communication, and how I would interpret these art symbols. And through the course of doing that, I actually was able to create or interpret what I believe to be their message. And it's not the first time these crop circles have been interpreted, to actually be a communication. But you have to understand, for them on the outside, it's extremely difficult to be able to create a communication that is interpretable. And especially when you have a corrupt government, many corrupt governments owned and operated by the super rich that are suppressing this information because they don't want you to know. They say, oh, it's going to panic the world. Oh my ass. It's about money. It always is, and it always has been. Control and money. That's what it's all about. That's why we're not hearing anything. But they're kind of smart, and they're figuring out ways to get through to us through other means. And they make it as clear as they possibly can that the deceivers have to go. This has got to end. So my book details a lot of very powerful evidence that really makes it as clear as a bell to me, and I hope that when you read it, you get the same impression. There's no question about this. This is clear. And the lies that were being told by government, they have to end. We have to be able to somehow force this through and not be considered a wacko just because you believe this. Because there's no doubt about it. It's very, very clear. And again, I did this primarily for myself, and I hope to share it with other people and possibly dispel any questions you may have about it, because it's very clear and the messages are clear. And we have to be more receptive to these images that they're sending us, because they're doing the very best they can to circumvent the deceivers and relay information to us. We just have to be able to be smart enough to interpret it so that we can finally put this chapter of our history behind us and take the power away from the criminals that seem to be everywhere. I sincerely appreciate your watching this video, and when you read the book, I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun writing it, and it took a lot of effort to absorb, to translate their visual communication to us and put it into words that we can understand. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the book. And thank you.